Alrighty. I'm Jules,
I'm Brianna.
and welcome back to...
Hot Mess Sesh.
Okay, so I was actually thinking while I was waiting for you to join, I just want to say something really quick, and I think you're going to agree with me. So this is our 5th episode, right? And so far we have posted 4 episodes, and I just want to thank everybody who has listened to us. We have 14 listens right now with 4 episodes, and honestly, I'm really happy about it. Like, I'm actually really happy, and I'm sure Verona's really happy about it too. It's super awesome going on there and seeing people want to listen to us.
Right.
So thank you to everybody who has listened.
Right.
We really do appreciate and love, like, all of you.
Right. Speaking of our supporters that Jules mentioned, the official Hot Mess Sesh YouTube channel is up now with episode 1 and 2 up.
And hopefully more this weekend.
Definitely more this weekend will be posted. And soon, exclusive content soon.
Yeah, so we're already planning a few exclusive content videos, but we will let you guys know in our podcast, if we're going to be posting a exclusive video, so you can go ahead and check it out if you aren't listening on YouTube.
And on the YouTube, also, you can write questions. You can comment below videos you want us to do or advices you want us to do on the YouTube.
Yeah, we were thinking of, we love questions, we love advice. So if you have any, questions you want to ask us, any advice you want to ask us, comment on our YouTube or let us know on any of our platforms.
Right.
I was also thinking we should make an Instagram. I was thinking that. Would you like to do that?
I would do it. What would you like to post on the Instagram, you think? Just like ourselves or just like...
Yeah, I guess like ourselves, like previews maybe to our like next podcast.
Right, and post when it's coming up next and like who's excited for it.
Yeah, and then also we could post about the exclusive things on the YouTube.
Oh, we can put Instagram Live together too once we do it.
Yes, and then you guys questions. If you think we should do that, like let us know. Like honestly,
Jules, you're so
like I would so love to do that.
You're so smart, Jules. I'm really excited for it.
I think that'd be so much fun.
Plus, that'll be an easy way for them to contact us still through the Instagram.
Exactly, and like, yeah, like just let us know whatever you're listening on. I know there's like they're posting on a bunch of things. So if you're on Anchor, leave us a. If you're on YouTube, comment below.
Right, and we haven't made the Instagram yet, but we'll let you guys know.
Yes, but we will let you know if we do.
Right.
We're just like a big like brainstorm.
Right, big brainstorm.
We always get our best ideas when we're on the podcast. Like we'll FaceTime like all the time, and then as soon as we get on the podcast, we're like, "Hey, we should do this," and it like takes up like 5 minutes of the episode.
Especially at nighttime, we get our best ideas too.
Yeah, right now it's late out, so we're like we have like our best ideas right now, which is funny. And the other thing we're doing today is usually I'm the one who writes our like agendas, like what what we want to talk about and things. I mean, we do it together, like we talk about ideas together, but usually like I'll write it down and kind of like direct us that way. But this time, Brianna actually has the agenda. I'm just gonna be going along with her. So this is the first time we're doing this, so we decided we're probably gonna switch off and everything if it goes well. So it's gonna be interesting and different and fun.
Right. So like you said, we're doing things differently. I'm gonna be more at least in charge, little front runner, and then we'll switch on and off. Because we both are different people and we both like to say different
things. We also
things.
both have different like we both find different like things going on, and we both
watch
different YouTube channels and stuff. So we're gonna be like switching, hopefully, if like everything goes well. I kind of want to see where this goes. I've never really like followed behind, so let's see.
I would say Jules is the only person I know that would tell me about fashion. If it wasn't for Jules, I wouldn't know what's in or what's out. No little purses, no, what are those things? Fuzzy, plushy things.
The squishmallows?
Squishmallows? Oh, I was going to say marshmallows. I wouldn't know what any of those are. So thank God Jules tells me these things. And I think a lot of drama stuff Jules like knows, but I'm like really into it. So I'll
tell her like, oh, do you know this is going on? And then she'll like do like a bunch of research on it, and I'll be like, okay, that works.
Yeah.
Like I'll just mention it, like I'll be like, oh, did you see what's going on? And then you'll text me later and be like, I watched 5 YouTube videos on it.
Right. I love my drama channel. I'm subscribed to like 10 of them. I don't play about my drama channels.
So it kind of works because like I don't want to, like I don't really like watching videos like that. Like I get bored and everything, and you like love watching them, so like works.
You hear about it, but you don't like dive in.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'll hear about it and I'll tell you, and then you go online and like do like a bunch of research on
It's
it.
like the
So
fashion when you tell me, I'm like, why'd you tell me this for? But I'm like, oh wait, this is actually interesting. So anyways, guys, we're gonna start after this commercial break.
Okay, we will be right back. We are back with episode 5.
Right. So the first thing I wanted to get into, guys, obviously I think most of you, if you know the Kardashians, you know who Tristan Thompson is. He dated Khloe Kardashian, cheated twice, and has a daughter, True, by Khloe.
True is so cute.
What happened, Jules?
True is so cute.
She is. I love her little gap and her little curly hair. She's so pretty. But anyway, she had one time Khloe was pregnant. Khloe took him back. She did twice with Kylie Jenner's best friend Jordan, and she took him back. And on the most recent episode, Jules, of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, they were talking about getting a surrogate together because she can't like have kids or whatever because she has like it'll cause it a miscarry.
Aww.
So they were thinking about getting a surrogate together. I remember how much like, why would you want a kid by this man? Like, I'm sorry, I know she's grateful for True, but if he cheated so many times, like, it just makes no sense to me.
You know what? Like, after so many times, like, then obviously it's time to draw the line, but she might also feel a different type of way for him because of True. So she might, like, you know what I mean? Like, because she has that bond, regardless of what happens, regardless if they're not together or whatever, they
That's
still have
true.
True, like, keeping them together. It's like keeping them in touch no matter what.
Right.
So I feel like that's kind of like drawing them back together.
But if you look at the Kardashians, they don't like to have kids by different men, you know?
Yeah.
Even if they cheat or whatever, they'll still stick by them. I just feel like they don't want to have kids by different men. And that's why I'm talking about this, because another girl, she's a pretty black girl on Instagram, claimed that she was hooking up with Tristan around January or March. She can't remember the exact month. But he told her, the girl, that he wasn't with Khloe. And you know what he also said, Jules? He told her that Khloe wasn't his type. That's what he told the girl.
That's really upsetting.
Right.
Poor Khloe.
I'm sorry, but like, and no offense, like, I know in a man's mind, when once they get caught once and forgiven, they're like, oh, okay, I'm okay. Second time, they're like, oh, I can do whatever I want. You know, she's gonna take me back regardless.
Like, walk all over them, pretty much.
Right. And I think Khloe is probably just ignoring this because she probably doesn't care and is probably numb to it, and she probably just wants to be with him. But I just don't think he's mature. Like, he already has a son with someone else.
Do you think she's just kind of using him to, like, have another kid, kind of, because she wants another kid?
I think she just loves him, honestly. Like, you know,
like, loves him no matter what.
Yeah, which is stupid, but you know, choices. Because I'm not having another kid by a man cheat on me 3 times. If he cheat on you 3 times, clearly you are not the one he wants. I'm sorry. They will change for the right person, and clearly it's
she
not
needs
you.
to find somebody better. You are famous. You have all this money. You know, you're beautiful. All these things, and you can't find anybody else who wants to love and respect. You gotta stay with somebody who has to cheat on you 25 times.
I'm telling you, it's because the kids. They want kids by the same man. That's what they want.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a Kardashian thing, I'm not sure, but no.
Because Kourtney with Scott 3 kids.
But look at Caitlyn. I mean, not Caitlyn. Look at Kris. Look at Kris. She had more than one, husband, and they had their two different sets of kids. You know.
Yeah, I guess that was the exception to the rule.
And they're fine. They get along fine. They act like, you know, regular sisters. I know they're stepsisters, but like they act like regular sisters. There's no reason why they couldn't do the same.
The only reason why I think that in their mind it's the exception because like their dad died, you know.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, but so you're gonna keep going back to the person who cheated on you 25 times instead of being happy. She can't possibly be happy.
She looks over him. Like, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, Jules. I think maybe it's just for the other kid biologically. You know, they don't want no step siblings. You know, I mean, it's called half siblings.
Yeah,
they don't want none of that. Right. But anyways, I wish you the best.
But it's not the end of the world.
It's not. Yeah, right. It's not the end of the world. My mother's pregnant, and we're gonna be half siblings. I don't care.
I mean, it really isn't. I think that True will obviously treat the baby the same. And
Right.
Chloe would be so much happier. Imagine having to do with, somebody coming home and you don't know where they've been or what they're doing, like, especially after 3 times. Like, come on, that's kind of excessive.
I think he's just immature because he's like 26, 27. She's like 33, 34, Chloe. So I think there's just an age difference between them. And he just
I
wants to
think
be a
she needs to
pimp.
find somebody else who's going to respect her as a woman and not do this to her. Just that many excessive amount of time. The first time, okay, like, I messed up, second time, like, come on, like, third time, like, like, what are you doing?
Right.
Do you want to be with her or not? Like, that's the question.
For real, do you want to be with her or not? But
And look at Travis Scott and Kylie. Travis Scott and Kylie, right? They're not together. They treat Stormy the exact same. They do everything together. All her birthday parties, they were together. They were both there. There were no problems. Why couldn't they do the same? Why do they have to be together?
That's honestly a good question. And also what's it called? The girl also claimed that he said he's only like staying with her to like fix his image, to show like, oh yeah, I'm with my baby mother,
That's
I
so
mean,
sad.
he don't want to be with you.
Yeah.
But the Kardashians will do what they do. They'll still be rich and successful with or without a man. So.
Exactly. She'll still be rich and successful without Tristan, Tristan, right? Tristan Thompson.
Yeah, Tristan Thompson.
She would be rich and successful without him.
Mm-hmm.
She would have the same amount of followers. She would have the same amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know obviously he makes his own money and everything, but like, there's really
nobody's playing basketball right now with COVID, and he ain't that cute, so he needs to watch himself. His actual bro, he ain't that cute. I give him like a solid 6. He's alright.
I honestly haven't seen him in such a long time, so I honestly don't know. I don't follow the Kardashians like that. Like, I knew that this was happening because I saw it, but I wasn't like, oh my gosh, what's going on.
Right.
It's like normal for them to have drama surrounding their baby daddies or whatever. There's always drama, especially with Kylie's and what's his face, Scott. Right, is that who Courtney married? Scott.
Oh, yeah, Courtney married Scott.
And then Tristan. Like, they all have problems. All of them have problems. It's
I actually like Scott though. Like,
I don't know. Maybe the money gets to their head. I don't know.
Right.
Like, they feel on top of the world or something. I don't know. Like, again, like, Travis makes his own money. Kylie makes her own money. Chloe makes her own money. And Tristan makes his own money. Like, they should not be relying on each other for money. So that's out of the question.
Do you see the new guy Courtney's with though?
No, I didn't know.
Really? Yeah, he's like, I don't know, a rock star or whatever. But anyway, they seem pretty happy. They're going on hikes together. They're like taking vacation photos together. And apparently Scott's like very jealous about it. Like, he doesn't like seeing her with other guys. I'm like, just move on, man,
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know. Dude, you know who Wendy Williams is, right?
Yeah, I do.
Well, she did an interview with Jocelyn Hernandez, which is the Puerto Rican princess. She was on one of the Love and Hip Hop shows.
Oh.
And so, with COVID, Wendy has people like over like on Zoom on the television screen. So Wendy, it happened like 2 days ago. So Wendy invited Jocelyn, but I don't know, Jocelyn, she's very aggressive. She likes to fight,
Yeah.
One thing it sets her off. I don't know. You watch Love and Hip Hop or no?
No, I honestly, like, I remember watching like a few episodes when it first came out.
I don't really watch, but I watch, So Wendy started by saying, you know how Wendy is shady, Miss Shady. She said to Jocelyn, "Oh, you look different every time I see you, but in a good way." And then Jocelyn said, "You know what, Miss Wendy?" She called her Miss Wendy because Wendy's old. And she said, "Oh, you know what, Miss Wendy? Today you're gonna give me my flowers." So basically saying she wants Wendy to like congratulate her and stuff. And Wendy saying like, "Oh, I said what I said. I'm not apologizing for anything." Because Jocelyn, she has a new show on Zeus called Jocelyn's Cabaret. It's not like a strip club, but it's like a cabaret, like a lingerie club, So basically, it is a strip club. Yeah. So on the show, she trains the girl. You ever see that thing on TikTok when that girl was like, "Oh damn, double homicide"?
No.
No, it's like, oh, okay. So it was like, oh, you had abortion, twins, and the other girl in the back was like, damn, double homicide. No?
Oh, I saw the audio. I never saw the original video.
Oh yeah, well, it came from Jocelyn's show, Jocelyn's Cabaret. Yeah, so that's why the show getting very popular. I think from that little thing. Yeah. So she was telling Wendy, "Oh, I have the #1 show in the country," and Wendy was like, "No, you have the #1 show on Zeus, baby." And Jocelyn proceeded to say, "No, Miss Wendy, I have the #1 show in the country." And Wendy said, we're just going to leave it at that. We're not getting anywhere.
You know what's sad is the fact that I don't know what it is, so obviously it's not that popular.
Oh god, it was only on Zeus, and Zeus you gotta pay a monthly fee. It's a streaming service, you know. It's like
Yeah.
$99 a month. Ain't
Oh,
nobody paying that.
hell no. Mm-mm.
Right, it's really expensive. I mean, the Black China show used to be on Zeus, but then they moved to WeTV because nobody's paying for a streaming service
Oh no,
like
not
that.
for $99 a month. I'm not paying for that
No.
streaming service.
And at the end, Wendy was like, "Can we just pull the plug?" You know, in the middle of it. Because Jocelyn, she don't let Wendy speak. She's just like, "Oh, you with my flowers, my flowers." And she's like, "Wendy, you're 35 years older than me. Like, so like, give me my flowers." And Wendy is just like, "I'm not apologizing for anything." So in
Yeah.
the end, they just moved on. But I'm just like, girl, Wendy is the only one who praises you. She's the only one that invited you to her show. Like, show some respect.
Yeah. Exactly. You were just invited to her show. You better be nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much like free, like
Publicity.
yeah, exactly, free publicity for your show, and you sit and disrespect her. Like, come on.
Right. And Jocelyn also had a kid with Stevie J. He's some ugly dude, also from Love and Hip Hop. I don't know if you know who he is. But basically, they had one kid together, and Jocelyn engaged to a new guy, and she said how she wants a kid again, and blah blah. But she's pretty though. But she's very aggressive.
Yeah, she's. I've honestly, I don't know. Like, I know who obviously Wendy is and everything. I've seen like highlights from Wendy's show and stuff, so I can just imagine her like being like, "Shut up!" Like in her head, like, "Come on, like be quiet, shut up."
I bet you
Like,
money
have some respect.
I bet you money she won't be invited back.
And that also makes like women like that make women look bad.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that. Like I don't like when women are like like aggressive and like rude, especially to people who are trying to help you.
Yeah,
And
other women.
exactly, she was trying to help you, give you publicity, and give you a shot on her show. Like, come on, like it must be pretty hard to get on that show. It's not just something. Oh, let me ask Wendy if I could be on her show, and then you sit there and disrespect her. That's just like embarrassing yourself, and like trying to embarrass her, and like everything. Like that's just disrespectful.
It's a good thing you said that, because she also said to Wendy, "Oh, you only like roast or discriminate the Spanish." Wendy respect everybody, man, woman, whatever. A dog, Wendy will go in for the kill. It don't matter who you are. Which I actually kind of like, to be honest.
Yeah, because it shouldn't be about that, obviously. Like you should treat everybody the same. If you're being mean to one person, you gotta be mean to everyone,
You're gonna mean to one person, gotta mean to everyone. Exactly.
And she shouldn't care, what skin color they are. Too bad if she don't like your attitude, then she should be able to tell you. That's it.
Right. Well, in the end, they only gave Wendy more views on YouTube, so Jocelyn's the only one losing.
I have to watch that now. I kind of want to watch that too. What it's about.
It came 2 days ago. You have to watch it. I'm telling you.
I'm sure it's all over. I'm sure it's all over YouTube.
It's really Jocelyn and Wendy. It's on the Wendy Williams YouTube channel. Well, I hope she didn't take it down, but I don't think she did.
Yeah, but I'm sure she did it. I'm sure there's highlights too somewhere.
Right. You watch Wendy or not really?
No, I watch her highlights sometimes. Like I watched one of her highlight videos. Yeah.
Right. So, Princess May.
Oh yes, I want to get into this one. Let's get into this one.
And me and Jules looked it up, and her actual full name is Princess May.
I didn't know whether to call her Princess or like if her name was May. I don't know. It's Princess May.
I thought it was May. Jules thought it was Princess, and we looked it up, and it actually is Princess May.
Yeah, I just call her from her username anyway, which is Princess May. So.
And she's a sister of makeup mogul Bretman Rock.
Love Bretman. I have his palette.
You have his palette?
Yeah. What is it? With the Hawaiian theme one? What's that?
That's the highlighter. I'm thinking of something else.
No, it's some eyeshadow. It's eyeshadow. I forgot what it was. He came out with a collection with Wet and Wild or something.
He has a lot of makeup. Wet and Wild, Morphe. He has a lot of stuff like out there.
I think it's Wet and Wild, but it's a nice palette. But that was off topic.
It's better than what's called the James one. Or you like the James?
The James has more range, but the Bretman shades are more like usable, I guess, like more like neutrals. Yeah, whereas like James Charles is for like makeup artists and stuff.
Oh, I'll probably get the Bretman one. I'm sorry, I'm not a makeup artist, so.
Yeah, I mean, no, the James Charles one is good for like, like
parties
looks, I guess. Yeah, whereas like the Bretman Rock is more like natural, very like tropical, like beachy theme, because that's like the whole theme of like the collection.
He's in Hawaii and stuff.
Yeah, well, like because that's like his whole like theme of like himself is like very like natural, flowy beach. Like all his photos and stuff are like palm trees and stuff like that.
I like both, honestly, because out there colors, sometimes you're in the mood for, and the natural colors, sometimes you're in the mood for. So it depends on what you like.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably palettes you can get with both.
Right,
That's
exactly.
better.
But
I know,
anyways,
but Jaclyn Hill or whatever has a bunch of like good palettes.
I honestly don't think I ever even looked at her makeup.
Jaclyn Hill?
No, I never even looked at her
Oh,
makeup.
because she had that big scandal with the lipstick.
With the fur, what's it called?
Yeah, I still think that's bullshit. She claims it's from the gloves and stuff. No, I think it was just
What type of
poison.
gloves are they using? Fur gloves? No,
Yeah,
latex gloves
she
don't
said it
do
was
that.
fibers from their gloves. So they weren't like latex gloves. They were like the gloves that you use for like work. You know what I mean? Like the like working gloves. They had like fibers on them, and she claims it was from that. But how does every single lipstick have that in there? That's crazy.
It must have been the machine.
But they also said there was like metal in there. So how do you like explain that?
The machine must have glitched out and broke, and then fell into
They probably
lipstick.
like yeah, probably. But like, the way that she went about it was like, no, no, you guys are wrong. It's fibers from everything. It's fine. It's not toxic. But like, who wants to rub metal on their lips?
Right.
Stupid.
She's lucky
Like,
nobody sued her ass. She's lucky.
yeah, but like people were asking for their money back, which is understandable, and she gave them such a hard time about getting their money
Yeah.
back and stuff.
She's pretty though, but she needs to do better.
But her eyeshadow palettes are nice.
Oh, that's good. That's good. But Princess May's ex Chris, which on Instagram name is Mr. Wonton, so I want people to know. So if you follow him, please unfollow him. And again, I'll get into the reason why. I really will. So they broke up for the second time. So the first time he cheated or whatever, allegedly. So they broke up a couple months, got back together around like Halloween time. But the second time was different because he cheated on her like multiple times, and he was physically and verbally abusive to her. There's a lot of TikToks going around of like her pregnant walking in and seeing him in bed with another girl, and his ugly ass just smirking. I wanted to smack the smirk off his face, dude. I was so angry when I saw that. I was like, oh my god, I have to do that. I just have to. This is crazy.
Yeah,
And
it
then
was disrespectful.
it was. Anyways, her photographer friend posted a video of like their bathroom counter with like blood on it, and he was like, "Oh, don't let me tell the full story because yeah, he hit her and stuff, and he just wants to cover his tracks." And of
There's even a
course,
video of him. I think you sent it to me of him like, what's that called? Like lunging at her, like
yeah, he
hit
pushed
her, like he
her
hit her. Yeah,
right and right into the what's it called
the
the
window, like right into
window
like the
windowsill whatever.
blinds. Yeah.
Right, the blinds. Exactly. Thank you, Jules. The blinds. And she was saying, "Out." Like I didn't say anything with the audio, but she was saying, "Out." And he was like, "Oh, don't fucking touch the keys. I'll give you them when I'm ready to move out." I'm like, she probably pays for that house. Relax.
That's just disgusting. I really
Then
can't.
his mother, of course,
Oh my gosh, his
Miss
mother.
Asshole, got involved calling Princess a liar and how she wants her kids to have no father. Which is not true. Cause I was saying this to Jules. I'd rather have no father in my kid's life than an abusive one.
Exactly, because you never know what's gonna happen when you're not home, and like, how are you gonna
Right.
trust him to watch your child when he's out here hitting you?
Right. I'm sure whatever, but I'm just saying like, I wouldn't want to risk those people's kids get murdered. And they
Yeah,
said then her photographer jumped in again and said like, "Oh, he hit her right to the mom on Instagram," and she was like, "Oh, why'd you post that? You're only making things worse. You should just stay out of it." I'm like, no.
because she doesn't want it public that her son is abusive.
Yeah,
Too
and then she
bad,
wanted
too bad. How about
right,
instead of posting about your son online, oh, he's so good. How about you be a mom and you go and you tell him that he's wrong because he is wrong. And imagine like if it was the other way around, let's just say his mom was getting abused, he would be online, oh fuck this guy, da, 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 he's hitting my
right.
mom, blah blah blah. But now that it's the other way around, she's not gonna police him on being a good person. She's trying to say, oh, my kids were raised right. Apparently not, because he's out here hitting her. It might not have nothing to do with how he was raised. It might be like how things that go on in his head,
Maybe
whether
she's
it's
just
like a
controlling.
mental thing or something. Yeah, like he's controlling. But you should be out there. You are a woman and he's hitting another woman and you're not gonna say anything.
Right.
Like, what's
And then
wrong with
she
you?
went on some rant trying to make us feel bad for him, saying how he tried to attempt suicide twice. What does that have to do with any of the situation at hand? Like,
And
I'm
like, what happened if she leaves him home and he decides that he don't want to live no more? How do you get him the help he needs instead of letting him abuse his girlfriend or wife or whatever they are?
right. He seemed to be perfectly fine promoting his OnlyFans while being depressed, Mr.
Exactly,
Suicidal.
promoting his OnlyFans and hurting his significant other.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
you're
was
gonna
like,
you're gonna you're gonna defend him instead of defending the woman that he actually hit and actually video proof of him hitting her. How are you not? if I was his mother, I'd be on that phone so quickly. You don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be screaming, yelling,
Right.
how could you do that to a woman? You're disgusting, blah blah blah. You know, I'd
Mm-hmm.
be going off. I don't care if it's my son. I'd still be calling. Like I'd be going to her, making sure that she's okay, making sure that she has the things she needs, because my son was dumb enough to put his hands on another woman.
You know, he was probably playing victim to his mom. Like, oh, I'm so depressed, good princess. You know.
Okay, if you're depressed, then why don't you go get the help you need and, you know, go talk to somebody and get, you know, any medication you may need, or just the help you need, and stay away from your wife until you're better, or your
Mm-hmm.
whatever she is, girlfriend, until you feel
Plus,
better.
why are you letting your mom get involved? Princess's mom is not getting involved. Bretman's not getting involved on social media. So why is your mom allowed to get involved? You know?
She just wants to, oh, look at my poor baby. No, if I was his mother, I'd be going off. I mean, not publicly. I would not be on my
Mm-hmm.
Instagram posting it, but I'd be
I
calling
would.
him, texting him, get your ass home, like, wait until I see
Mm-hmm.
you. And I'd be going to make sure that she's okay. I'd feel terrible.
Right. And people were on Bretman's TikTok saying, "Oh, why aren't you posting defending Princess?" And he was like, "Oh, just because she told me not to get involved publicly, but that doesn't mean I'm not helping her." You know,
Yeah.
which is
Which is
fine.
respectful, because he has a big platform, and that's just gonna stir up more
Right.
drama.
And we don't he doesn't need any more attention. That asshole. He doesn't need any more attention. And the only thing he got going for him is that he has a kid with her and his OnlyFans. I hope everyone unsubscribes to his OnlyFans and stops following him. He was at 311K today, Jules, and now he's at 310K. Keep unfollowing that motherfucker. Keep unfollowing him. He doesn't deserve it. He only got fame for being with them, you know?
Yeah.
He was like a nobody before.
And
I
then you do that to your the person who probably supports half of your life.
Right. And even you and me were talking about this. Like, Princess can be like a millionaire if she wanted to. You know, she just needs to work, like, put more out there, you know?
She really does. I mean, like, I know she has 2 kids, and she's obviously, like, probably, like, a single mom now and everything, but she already has 1 million subscribers on her YouTube with, like,
Right.
imagine how many more she could have if she actually spent time on videos, makeup videos, even, like, vlog videos with the kids and stuff like that. She can make a lot of money. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, having one video and having 1 million subscribers is, like, crazy. And all she has to do is, like, you know, vlog her days, vlog her kids, things like that. Like, and she can make a
Exactly.
lot of money.
Yeah, even, yeah, just do a quick little simple makeup routine. Show Cleo and Ezekiel. Do Savage X Fenty stuff. Do Fashion Nova hauls, and you'll be set.
Yeah, I think she just needs to focus more on herself, because she was probably focusing on the kids and him and dealing with
Mm-hmm.
the shit that he was putting her through. And now it's time to move on and
Watch out.
pick yourself up and,
Mm-hmm.
like, be yourself and be your own woman. And if you're gonna be a single mom, then you rock that shit. You know, like,
Right.
do it for you, do it for your kids, and show them that you could be successful without somebody else, without a significant other.
Mm-hmm. I think
Same
she's
goes
gonna
for her
fail.
son. You know, like, she's showing Cleo that she doesn't need a man to be successful, and she's showing her son that, he could do things on his own. He doesn't need to, rely on anybody else.
Right. Honestly, he's gonna fail. All he has going for him is Instagram. Maybe makes a little coin from that and his OnlyFans. But trust me, in 10 years you won't know who he is. Or even 5 years you won't
Good,
know who
and
he is.
I really hope his mother wises up and realizes that she needs to change her opinion on what's going on, because the fact that she's defending her son, I'd literally kill my son.
Right. And she was saying, "Oh, Princess used to abuse him too." I don't know about all that, you know. But
I doubt it, because he's the one cheating. He's the one that looks like
right.
there's video evidence of him doing all this extra stuff,
Mhm.
all these terrible things to her.
Right.
And
Make your son take
honestly,
a.
like, when
Mhm.
you are, like, you have a kid with somebody, whatever, like, it's just he's just so weird to me. Like, I just don't understand, like, what he was thinking.
Right.
I really don't.
Honestly, I think they should have just kept between us. Be like, you know what, guys, we broke up. That's it. You know, there's no reason to publicly bash her. If she wants to take him to court for abusing her, I understand that. Take him to court. You
I
know,
would, I would, if I had more
definitely.
than one video of it, hell yeah.
And I make him pay child support. Shit, why not?
I'm sure he already is, but, like, I would, hell yeah, I'd be in court, like that. I'd be in there with my videos and with the friend that was there.
Right. Exactly. Well,
Then that mother will really be embarrassed, and she should be embarrassed for defending her son after that.
embarrassed.
I'd be
Embarrassed.
embarrassed.
Right. Well, Jules and I are both Team Princess, and we know Princess will succeed on her own without a man.
Yes, I know she will. I'm sure she'll do great. She could also do more videos with and everything.
Definitely. We get like 8 million views like that.
Exactly, and just like just be herself kind of and do things differently. Cleo is great. I think she even had her own sponsorship, Cleo and everything, like with the kids brand and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and like she has her own thing going. Exactly, like good for her.
Mm-hmm.
Good for both of them. I hope that she is able to recover.
Right. So I know last episode we talked about James Charles, but we're going to talk about him again in two instances that happened. Once YouTube announced that they demonetized his content, which basically means like any videos he like gets views on, he won't get paid for.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like I obviously what he did was wrong, obviously, but I don't think demonetizing content was like I don't know. I feel like he worked for all the subscribers and all the money he's getting, you know. So it's like,
Yeah. Here's the thing, like I don't want to take his side because like I
mm-hmm,
know he's not a good person, but at the same time, like now he's not gonna post at all, I'm sure.
mm-hmm.
Because like the whole point, I'm sure before was like making money and having that for a living. Like now he has nothing to do for a living. I bet you he's gonna make an OnlyFans. Watch.
Right. But you know, Jules, Shane Dawson got demonetized, and now people are saying his content's monetized again. So maybe it'll only be a couple months, you know?
I don't know. I mean, he deserves what's coming, but
Mm-hmm.
like I don't think that's gonna do much. I really don't.
Right. But he has his
Honestly
money
though,
saved up, though. Mm-hmm.
honestly though, it had nothing to do with YouTube. Like that's the thing. Like, why
Exactly.
are they involved? You know, like I mean, like I get it. Like obviously, like he did bad things, but honestly, like when you think about it, like what did he do on YouTube that was like had anything to do with what happened outside of YouTube?
I think YouTube was just kind of like saving themselves. Cause I know people were going to ask them, oh, what are you guys going to do about James? And then
Yeah,
they
but
did
like
that.
honestly, if I was like them, I probably would have just stayed out of it because you know what? It has
Exactly.
nothing to do with you. It's nothing to do with YouTube. Like you know, like it did not take place on YouTube. Like yeah, he's famous on YouTube, but it wasn't like he was in his comments like, "Hey, you're cute," you know, like that. Like it was like on Tinder and stuff. Like I don't
And
think
Instagram,
they should have gotten
whatever.
involved. You know what? Tinder should have gotten involved, and any app that he used to communicate with them should have gotten involved, like Instagram and stuff. But it really had nothing to do with YouTube. And I think YouTube was just looking for like a way to like get in it. You know.
Right. So, oh, we support the
Yeah,
victim.
like look what we were doing. Like I really don't think it had anything to do with YouTube. I think it should have been like an Instagram, Tinder kind of thing. If that's where it took place, I honestly don't know where it took place, but
Mm-hmm. I know James will be back. I give it like what's called May or June. He'll be back.
yeah, I don't know. I just think though, like it was none of their business,
Right.
honestly.
It was none of their business.
Because we don't know what really happened yet.
Exactly.
And I don't think they should have gotten involved yet because come to find out, you know, they were telling him they were 18. It was stupid boys, like having a sleepover, fucking with him, you know, like it
Mm-hmm.
really could have been anything. And I feel
But
like
in the images, like they said, oh, we're 16, and then he like blocked their move them. So doesn't that kind of show he didn't know they were 16?
yeah, and
But
that's the thing. Like, I feel like there's a lot more to the story. Like, I feel like he was like, "Oh, how old are you?" And they're like, "Oh, I'm 19. I'm 20." You know, and he was like, "Oh,
mm-hmm.
okay." You know, like, "What's up?" And like stuff like that. Like he was talking to them, and then they were like, "Oh, by the way, I'm 15. I'm 16." You know, and then it was like, "Oh, you know, like." He shouldn't be held accountable for that, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
because how you know, like if I tell you like I'm 20, how are you gonna know the difference? You know, like
Right, you're not gonna be like, oh, let me see your ID. That's rude, you know.
exactly. Like, how was he supposed to know what age these kids really were? Like obviously they're minors, and obviously if you're famous like that, like you should have been taking more precautions. I think it was just more stupidity than it was predatorism, like being
He
like a
probably thought they were
predator.
hot, and he just wanted love, you
Yeah,
know.
like they probably made a fake Instagram account, bought a few followers, and were like, "Hey, you know, like you're cute or whatever." Like send him messages, and then you know, like it was like stupid 16-year-olds at a fucking like sleepover.
Right, but it's just kind of not fair because he lost his internet influencer. A lot of celebrities, he got demonetized from YouTube. But it's just like, why are these people losing that like did this to him? They're not doing anything. They get free clout, you know.
Yeah, I just really think that there's so much more to the story, and I think that there's parts of it that people aren't thinking about, which is the fact that they lied to him. And I have no doubt in my mind that he was lied to. I
Right,
really don't.
right.
Especially after the first allegation with Tati and everything. I'm almost positive. He's like, oh, how old are you? And they're like 20, 19, 18. He was like, oh, okay, great. Like, and then later on, they're like, by the way, I'm 16. You're a predator now. Like, they just want to fuck with him because he's famous. People don't like him because he's, gay, and people are homophobic. And there's people that are rude to the beauty community, especially beauty community who are men, or who are trans or anything like that. And I feel like it was people who did not like him for who he was or what he was or anything like that, and they were just looking to get a rise out of him, kind of.
I agree.
And I feel like it was on purpose, and I feel like there's a lot more into the story.
Definitely a lot more, but when it will come into light, we'll see one day.
But YouTube should have stayed out of it.
Just stay out of it, please. Like, but I know James he's not gonna be living on the street. He has money saved up, but like he worked
I'm
hard
sure
for
he
all those
does.
years.
But he needs to go on YouTube and like do a video. I don't know if he did a video on it, but he really needs to tell his side of the story, which I feel like is they told me they were 19, and he needs to show proof of that.
Well, he did a video called Taking Accountability before he went off YouTube.
Yeah, but that's more like
just talking.
He knows what happened, but I feel like he really needs to pull out some receipts.
Right.
Like, I feel like he really needs to dive deeper into it.
I just feel like when he comes back, he's just not gonna mention it. Just do a regular video. Maybe he should do a video like a therapist, talking about a therapist.
Or just show evidence. Like, he's not showing anything. Like, he says, oh, they told me they were 18, but he's not showing anything to prove that. It doesn't matter. Like, people are like, oh, he was weird. He asked for armpit picture. It doesn't matter what he's into. It really doesn't. He could be into legs, armpits. It doesn't matter. What the point is that they say that he's a predator because you were underage. It doesn't matter what he's into. People are into some weird shit. Yeah, okay. But, like, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Like, that's the allegation people are saying. Like, oh, he was asking you for, like, leg picture or whatever, armpit picture. It's like, okay, so he's into armpits, whatever. Like, that's weird as hell, yes, but he's into that. That doesn't matter. Did you say you were underage or not? Like, who cares what he asked for? Are you underage or not? You know what I mean?
Right. But
like, that's the big question.
And
that's what I think Frenemies is missing.
What's Frenemies missing?
Like, they're like, oh, he asked for weird stuff. He asked these people for this. It doesn't matter what he was. Were these kids underage? That's the question. And did they lie to him? Right. That's the big question. Did they lie to him, and were they underage? That's the big question.
They're just saying because they don't like James,
And Frenemies is like, I love Frenemies, but they're like, oh, James Charles is so weird. He was asking people for armpit pictures. Who cares what he was asking for? The whole point is, were these kids underage? And they're missing the point.
Like, I love Trisha, but her of all people shouldn't be judging of weird things. Like,
exactly, it's like, the whole toilet paper thing and everything, but like, it's just like they're kind of like missing the point.
Right, they just want to bash anybody, but
like, I love them. I love listening to them because they have like a bunch of good information. But
yeah, Jules and I love Jules put me on with Frenemies. We love Frenemies, we love Trisha, we love Ethan, but we have to say the truth,
Yeah, and I think the truth is that they're missing the point. I think they need to, like, okay, it doesn't matter feet, like, it doesn't matter if you ask them for feet pics. The whole point is, were these kids underage? And I think that they're kind of missing that. Ethan was like, oh, I sent him a picture of my armpit, I want to see if he answered. Who cares? Like, that's not the point. Like, did he or did he not do predator activities? Like, that's what. And did he or did he not do it on purpose? That's the big thing, because there's no doubt in my mind these people were lying.
Yeah, right.
I never supported James Charles in my life. I barely watched his videos. I mean, I have his palette, but I didn't buy it. Like, oh my god, look, James Charles palette, I love it. No, I bought it because it was on sale. Like, I did not buy it because I needed it. I just think
it was a cute palette.
Exactly, like, it was just a cute palette, and I think that there's definitely more to the story.
I was never a buyer of James Charles makeup, but I will say I remember a couple months ago I was bored and he posted doing Among Us in real life with friends on his channel, and then I watched one video and I was like, oh, this is a good video, and I got, since I watched like 10 videos that night, I was actually like, every time he posted I was watching. I actually liked his content.
I didn't think he was a bad creator. I think people jumped into the story way quicker than they should have.
Yeah, they just wanted a reason to hate him.
And like, but like, also these people that are all unfollowing him and stuff, like, yeah, they want to unfollow them to make themselves look good, but they're missing the story. Like, I think they're gonna miss what really happened. I think he needs to really come out and say what happened, because I don't think he really, he took accountability for it, but he did not like say like, oh, here's a screenshot from so and so telling me they're 19, and then here's the next screenshot at the end where they said they were 16. I immediately blocked them. You know what I mean? I immediately removed them. You could see here that I was lied to. How is he supposed to know? Like, he only has these people behind the screen telling them that they're this old.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, like, on his part, he should have done more research. He should have been smarter, especially with the creator that he is and has such, like, a big platform and so many people know his name. You would think that he would be a little bit smarter. But I think he was more dumb than Predator.
And the boy said in his bio, "Oh, my bio says I'm 16." You can change your bio like that from 18 to 16.
Exactly. Like, it really takes like 3 minutes.
Right.
Like 3 seconds.
But since we're talking about influencers, the Hype House is getting their own Netflix show.
Oh my gosh. I don't even get me started on that BS. That's so stupid. I've never seen so stupid.
But I found it funny how when the kid got in a drama with Trisha Paytas, she was like, "Oh, I'm too busy filming my Netflix show." Bitch, you're like a side character. It's not even your show.
Yeah, exactly. Like, honestly. And she posted it so much that they were getting a Netflix show. But you know what's funny? Every picture, like, she put, like, Netflix in the background, with just her in every single picture. Like, she made it look like she was getting her own Netflix show.
Right. She's an unofficial member of the Hype House. So you're a side character.
Literally.
I'm sorry. I think Kia Dragon's a beautiful woman, but she does lie a lot.
Yeah, she's also very, like, she's not very humble, I feel like. I feel like she's not very humble at all because she's constantly flexing everything. Every time she makes a video, she shows off all her cosmetic, body. That body looks fake as hell. I'm sorry, but I look at her and I just see, like, another dumb model. I do not see an advocate for women. I don't see anything. I really see another plastic surgery mess. Like, that's really what I see when I look at her.
Right. I feel like she thinks every guy wants to date her. She's really, like, kind of cocky. Like,
she is, and she's very cocky.
I feel like she gets mad when straight guys don't want to date her. But I'm just like, they don't want to date you. Like, what do you want them to say? Everyone has a type, and
I just think that she's like, she really just like, she looks like a ball of plastic. Like, she really does.
Right. She's very popular on TikTok though. TikTok's actually pretty entertaining.
Like, I'm sure her content is great, but, like, when I look at her, I just don't see, like, a woman advocate. I don't see who uses their body positively. I just literally see, like, a fake model.
Plus, she, like, is very popular on social media, but she doesn't have a high fan base,
She really doesn't. She had a pop-up once for Dragon Beauty or whatever it's called, and, like, no one showed up. It was so funny.
Yeah, she walked in with crickets.
Yeah, I remember I saw that video. It was, like, a joke video.
So was there anyone in line, or?
Probably, and, like, there was paparazzi and stuff, but it was not like when Jeffree Star had his, like, pop-up or whatever, like, when he went to a Sephora, to an Ulta, like, unveil it. Oh my god, the whole mall was packed. Her was, like, the bottom floor. Like, it was like dumb as hell.
Yeah, but because you can see she's there for, like, entertainment. People watching, nobody watching it. Oh my god, I love Nikita Dragon.
Yeah, and then now she thinks that the Hype House is her show. Like, she's literally posting about it. Nobody else is in the pictures with her. Like, it's just, like, her with, like, a Netflix background. Like, she thinks that it's her show. She's like, oh, check out my Netflix show coming out. Like, no, like, it's the Hype House's Netflix show. Like, you're a side character. Like, you're an extra in.
She's always obsessed with, like, making new friends.
She's obsessed with the camera. Like, she always wants to be in front of the camera, in front of everybody. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's not, like, an advocate for women. Like, she's just not. Like, when you watch videos, like, who's a good one? I don't know. Like, there's so many, like, positive YouTubers, like, that, like, oh, like, look at me do my workout videos and stuff. Like, oh, like, yeah, like, they're showing off their body and they're happy with their body, but she just looks like a ball of, like, cosmetic surgery. You could tell that she does not work out for her body at all. She just goes to the next doctor.
Right. But the Hype House is coming with a new reality show, and a lot of shows on Netflix are getting canceled because of it. Like, there's one show I love called Atypical. It's like an acting show about boy with, like, autism, and I love that show. They only came out once every 2 years for a new season, but they're canceling it for the Hype House, and people are mad.
That's so
I'm gonna watch it though. Just talk about it on here.
I'll probably like to watch Highly From You. Just tell me about it.
Right. But I guess we'll see what happens with that.
Honestly, Charlie doesn't deserve her fame. Dixie does not deserve her fame.
Dixie especially.
That stupid one that Charlie dated was Lil Huddy or whatever. He does not deserve his fame. None of them deserve their fame.
But you don't do Charlie 16 and Lil Huddy's 18. How come he's not better?
Because they're 2 years difference, I think. I think as long as it's like 2 years, it's okay.
But legally, I'm just saying. But not together now. I'm just saying they once dated.
Yeah, I think it's as long as they're 2 years. I mean, if he was like 18, she's like 15, that'd be different. But she's like 16. I think it was like 2 years. That's okay.
I might not together now, but Dixie and Noah Becker's together.
Yeah, none of them deserve fame. I'm sorry.
I know. None of them at all. Plus, Dixie has her own reality show, her own talk show. I mean, her own talk show, literally. Night with Dixie D'Amelio. Like, everyone just gets
the
shows.
early late night. That's literally the late night show. What the hell?
Plus, they all get acting gigs and stuff from like they don't even know how to act. That's crazy.
Because it's just because they're famous.
Some people work years in this industry to get even a commercial role, and they just get it.
These idiots make fucking dances on TikTok and get money.
I don't think they're bad people or anything. I just think they're very cocky.
I don't think so either. I think they're very lovely. I'm sure in person they look very nice. Look like very nice people. I just don't think they deserve their fame. I really don't.
Right. But you know, one time paparazzi caught Noah back because they were in Mexico, like on vacation or whatever, and people were like, "Oh, why were you on vacation during the COVID?" Like the paparazzi asked him, right? And he said to paparazzi, "Oh, when you have a job as stressful as ours, sometimes you need a break to get away."
Oh yeah, it's so stressful. You post videos whenever you feel like it.
In my house, like hearing crickets. Like, are you kidding me? Some people work 12-hour shifts a day.
Exactly, just to feed their kids at home, but you're in Mexico because your TikTok video didn't get enough views. Like, what the hell?
What a disgrace. But guys, let us know if you want us to watch the Netflix show. We probably will and talk about it.
Yeah, I'm sure. We'll watch highlights, I think, or something like that. I just want to see Nikita in the background because I just want her to feel what it feels like to be nothing.
She's just so extra. Like she's a pretty girl, but she's just.
I heard her palette sucks too. Like I heard that Dragon Beauty palette was terrible.
Good thing you mentioned her makeup. Now I just thought about it. On her Snapchat show, right? She said how Dragon Beauty makeup was exploding and it's everywhere. I have not seen one person post a Dragon Beauty palette.
Hell no. I haven't even seen anybody have it. It just looks terrible.
It has like a contour and a blush. There's nobody wants
Look at that at Elf.
Right. She has a lip. She also has a lot of lipsticks, lip colors. Too,
yeah, they just came out though, new lippies or something, like new lip colors, new lip glosses or something.
But she's
liquid lipsticks, that's what it is.
Soon they're gonna be an Ulta, Sephora, so I guess we'll have to wait.
I want to kind of see it. Like, you know what? Like, I heard about it, but I kind of want to test it for myself.
Right. I want to try lipsticks because she has one lip gloss called Nikita. I'll try it.
Like, I would just want to like test like the highlight, you know, like kind of like see what it's like or whatever.
Maybe for one of our exclusives, we could both record a YouTube video.
We should test out Bretman's, James Charles, and then Nikita's.
Right.
But see the difference. And then Jeffree Star's. I have one of Jeffree Star's palettes.
Oh, really? I don't know any of their palettes.
I have Jeffree Star's strawberry one. The strawberry one.
Like a conspiracy palette.
The conspiracy. That one's nice, yeah. The problem is the shades are like so different.
Out there.
Trisha has a shade in there. It's called Trish. Bright pink.
Right. It's like green, brown, pink, and then it goes all the way to beige. You know, it's very different.
It's weird too. I like the blood palette. What is it called? I forgot.
Blood sugar?
Blood sugar, and then there's a blue one.
I know.
Blue blood.
Blue blood. And he has Jawbreaker too. It's like a pink one.
A Jawbreaker is so cute. I would actually get Jawbreaker if I can get like one of them. I'd probably get it. And then I like the alien one. Hell yeah! Why do you think I only owned one?
Oh my god!
That was on sale at Ulta too.
Oh, it was on sale?
That's when I got the James Charles one. I got them both on sale. They're down to like nothing.
Because they're like, because they're like edible and stuff.
Yeah, I heard they taste pretty good. Like, I don't know, like I would try his cotton candy one. That one looks good.
I remember Ulta had this blueberry one, and I tell you, I would literally eat it like candy. I wouldn't even scratch my lips. I would just literally eat it, Jules. Like stick my finger in and lick it.
Ew, I can't.
I loved it. It tastes so good. It tastes like sugar.
You bought it?
Yeah, from Ulta. It was like a year ago. But it was like blueberry, like raspberry flavored. It was good.
Oh my gosh, I want to try the cotton candy. That's one that I would try. I love cotton candy. I think cotton candy is like my shit. Love cotton candy.
He has the 2 orgy palettes for $78. $78.
78, exactly. That's crazy.
I was joke in my eye. Jesus.
Look at conspiracy. I'm probably pretty sure that one's up there. Anyone with the big, like bulky packaging. What's that royal one? The pink, the purple one. Oh my gosh, that one was like $90.
Well, blood sugar is $52. Blood sugar is. Let me see conspiracy.
Well, that was like his first palette, so.
Oh, conspiracy palette is $52.
And orgy is 78. Like what?
Dude, these colors are really out there. Like I'd probably just use one color on my eye.
Exactly. They're all very crazy.
But why did I low-key want it?
I like the strawberry one that I have though. Honestly, I really like. I also have his setting spray, the strawberry setting spray.
Mm-hmm. But you can tell Jeffrey works hard for his packaging though, because his packaging looks expensive.
No, the packaging is nice. I like the packaging for the spray, the all nighters. Well, not all nighters. The one from Morphe. What is that? The setting spray. He has a strawberry version. It's so cute. It's bright pink. It smells really good. It smells like a lollipop.
Oh really?
Yeah, it smells like strawberry lollipop. And then the palette is just cute. It's I like that one because it's more simple than the other. It's not as bulky. Like you can actually travel with it.
Right. The orange one actually has nice nude colors I would actually use.
It's like on. That's why it's called orgy. It's like a bunch of like nude like skin tones.
But I don't see his lip scrubs anymore. I wonder if he took them off. I don't see them.
Maybe he doesn't make them anymore.
Maybe he's too busy. I don't know.
Yeah, he has a lot going on right now.
Right, with his squeezing the accident and stuff.
No, I have to honestly like. I heard his friend is doing well though. Daniel, he posted about it.
That's good. Oh, he's a
we just said like everybody's recovering slowly, kind of.
Right.
You know.
That's good. He has a lip balm lip chain too. I'm just looking.
The clear one, right? It's like a lip balm white.
It looks like a lipstick, you know.
I have another celebrity thing. I have one of Kylie's lip glosses. I have the clear one. I like it. My friend bought it for me a long time ago for my birthday, like last year. It's nice.
Do you think it's like, oh wow, Kardashian brand? The other lip gloss?
No, it's just clear. I feel like they're all the same. But I love clear lip gloss. Like I had to, like I wanted that one. So it's not like you just pick the clear. Like I wanted that one.
I found his lip scrubs. Actually, they're $12.
See, like I get it tastes good, but $12 is kind of a lot for a lip scrub that's that small. It's pretty small.
Let me see the packaging. Yeah, it's kind of small, but if you don't need that much, it'll probably last you a while.
Yeah, but like you can get one from Ulta, like a different version for like $3, $5.
If it tastes as good as it says, I'm gonna be eating a full one before I put it on my lips. I ate that Ulta lip scrub, dude, like it was candy.
I can't. I can just imagine you sitting there.
I was thinking, like, I'm going to the bathroom. I would just like stick my finger in and just eat it. And before I looked, like in 2 weeks, it was done. It's just good though. I think it was the same price, $12. It was.
Yeah, but that's kind of expensive for a lip scrub.
But let us know, guys, if we should maybe buy a palette, or Jules already has the palette too.
Yeah, I have a bunch of
different we should try it.
And I'm thinking is like, see, like when we come on here, you know, like we make our podcast, you know, and like if we get any money from our function at all, I hope you know, like it's gonna go right back to you guys. Like we're already planning on using that money to do reviews on the Teddy Fresh merch, do reviews on these palettes, do reviews on like anything you guys want to review. Like it's literally gonna go right back to like what we're doing. Like I literally I can already plan. Like I want to do the sister merch versus the Teddy Fresh merch. Like I literally want to like compare all these things. I'd rather spend it on that. I feel like it'd be really fun.
We can do James versus Jeffrey's eyeshadow palette.
Yeah, like things like that. Like I feel like that'd be so much fun, and it's literally gonna go right back to all of this.
Right. I know Jeffrey's in some scandals. This orgy palette looking real cute. $78 though ain't so cute though. But
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, like it's gonna go right back to this, and whether it's that palette or like another one or anything like that, like I just kind of want to test everything and like figure out. I was thinking honestly, we should do like merch reviews. Yeah, like I think it'd be so fun to buy like a sweatshirt from like James Charles, one from Jeffree Star, one from Teddy Fresh, one from Trisha Paytas, Sad Boy merch, her band Sad Boy merch, buy the Frenemies merch, like, you know, like buy one from everyone and kind of just like test it, you know, like
that's smart.
I mean by test it I mean like just like the quality, would we recommend it, is it true to size. I have one from that Anthony something. Anthony
Pavolo, something like that.
No, it starts with a G. Anthony.
Is he makeup artist?
Yeah, it starts with a G.
Spanish?
I don't know. I have his. It says what does it say? Wait, it's funny. Not thriving. That's what it says. It says not thriving.
Not thriving. Oh,
that's like I want to do like a review on them. You know, like I'd love to like review all of them. I honestly like it's what's his name? Anthony Gonzalez, I think.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think I've seen it. I know you're talking.
If you Google him, I think you'll know it. Like I see his TikToks all the time.
Yeah.
James Charles did something on him too because he was reviewing people's Coachella outfits.
Who was Anthony or James?
No, James, and he did Anthony.
Oh, did you give him like a good like?
He said it was okay because, and even Anthony admitted that he didn't do good on his opposite year. It was more like basic. It
Well,
was like a
James
cute
doesn't.
basic, pretty much.
Well, James isn't one of the best outfits of the show
Oh
either.
no,
So
his whole butt was hanging out.
they had the one with the ass chap showing.
Oh my gosh, that's
Anybody
bad.
want to see no poultry?
I just think it'd be fun, like review merch.
It would be fun. Well, let us know, guys. But
Yeah, like it'll go like literally like right back to what we're doing.
right, any money we get is honestly going towards our YouTube exclusive content or reviewing merch and makeup, like Jules said.
But I think that the reviews will be a YouTube exclusive.
The reviews of the merch and stuff.
Yeah, so that we can do
Yeah,
like videos.
that's why you guys got. You know, Jules. Also, we can go live on YouTube too.
Yeah,
Like
like go
people,
subscribe to our
people
YouTube,
send
and then
money.
we'll work on the Instagram too.
Right. But you know, just when we go live, people can donate money if they want to too. So that can help us get the stuff for the merch too.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously we're not like asking for handouts, but it would be
No.
great to be able to be able to
Even a
raise
simple
money.
dollar helps. Even 25
Yeah,
cents
honestly, like
helps.
I think we made like 10 cents so far, and I'm honestly like so hyped.
Mm-hmm. Honestly,
I'm
that
just
10
glad
cents
that
felt
people
like
like it. Like I'm glad that people are listening.
that 10 cents felt like honestly winning like almost like the lottery because like
It
people
really
actually
did.
listening. It felt great.
It really did
But
because a lot of our sponsorships are in the middle of our like videos, and I feel like people are really watching, and I'm so thankful. I'm so
I mean they're
happy.
actually listening. So thank you guys.
Yeah, like thank you to everyone who's like actually listens to us. So, like I'm so like, I know you are too. Like we're just so like appreciative. Like
Happy.
honestly,
Even when I see one extra view this week, I'm like,
I know. Like we got like we went up to 14 views, and honestly, I was like so hyped. She sent it to me, right, and then like 2 days later, I sent it back to her, and I was like, oh yeah, I totally forgot because I was just like so hyped. Like I wasn't thinking.
you were excited. I get it. I was still excited when you sent it to me. It's fine.
Yeah, like
But
I
speaking
sent
of
it to her,
relationships,
and we literally sent it to each other.
right, we were really happy. But speaking of what TikTok drama is, Bryce Hall and Addison Rae, a couple weeks ago, they broke up. And
Addison is really pretty, actually.
she is. Thank you. Drop dead gorgeous.
She really is. Yeah, she's pretty.
Mm-hmm. She has like a nice body. She has a nice shape too, you know?
Do you know who Lauren Gray is?
Yes.
She's also very pretty.
She's very pretty. But you know what I like about Lauren Gray too? She shows herself in her natural state without the extensions on TikTok all the time.
Yeah. She
She's
just looks
very
very
pretty.
nice. Like I'd love to like hang out with her. She just looks wonderful.
She was like, "Hi guys, I'm doing this today." You know, it's
Yeah,
never
she just
like,
looks so kind and like nice.
she's a very sweet person. Yeah, she
I
used
mean,
to
most
be.
TikTokers do. Like, even though I'm not a huge fan of like the D'Amelios and Addison Rae, they just look nice. Like they look like they'd be pretty nice in public.
Right, but you know, before the Dixie and Charlie came, she was the most followed person on TikTok before they came.
Who, Lauren?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, she was famous on Musically.
Oh really? I didn't
Right?
know that.
Isn't that? I think that's where she got her fame.
Yeah, she was, but I didn't have music clip. But she was.
Yeah, she was famous on Musically, and then when TikTok came out, they all tried to move, like Ariel or whatever. They failed. I mean, like Lauren did okay. More popular than her on TikTok now.
Right. But Bryce Hall honestly didn't deserve Addison. I'm sorry. He's very cocky to me, and I just don't find him attractive. To be completely
Yeah,
honest.
like
No, Bryce.
Addison just looks like just such like a sweet, like little, like like princess, and then Bryce is like not.
He's not like you can't really like kind of like a cocky bastard. You know, like he's untouchable. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Like though he might be those kids who play sports in high school and always got in trouble, but it was okay because they were friends with the principal. You know.
Yeah.
But you know he's actually like in a lawsuit because he was at a restaurant vaping and the guy was like, "Oh, you can't vape here, sir." Like the waiter guy, or whatever. And then Bryce like fought him, so now he's being sued over it.
Good. I think you should be.
But like, if you have to vape or smoke, just step outside real quick.
Exactly. Or like you can just like go in the bathroom or something. Like why you gotta do it right in front of them? Give them a hard time. They're just trying to do their job. They don't want to like deal with you.
They don't like be told. They don't like being told no. I guess people like him.
But that's too bad. You're still human, and they have rules. And just because you are hot shit doesn't mean that you don't have to listen to their rules.
Right. I can't wait for the day. Trust me. Once after this whole, because you stay Addison, he'll be irrelevant. I'm sorry, he will.
I didn't even know who he was until like you told me.
Oh,
and I was like, oh.
I only knew who he was. He dated Addison. I swear, that's the only reason I knew who he was.
Yeah, unfortunately, these guys are getting famous off these girls.
TikTok actually helped a lot of guys get famous because they're like, they're not Bryce, but guys in general like hot. So
oh yeah.
Like, control their abs and get 100K followers like a day. which is not a bad thing. I'm just saying, that's great for them and stuff. But TikTok helps some people pay their bills. Some people were nobodies before TikTok.
Exactly, Charlie, Dixie.
Right. But you know what Dixie said? That she's not going to college because she was afraid that college kids were going to listen to her music while she was there. I'm like, girl, you're not that popular. Like, relax.
Exactly. She thinks oh my gosh, I'll never forget that video with James Charles where that chef cooked for them and they got so dramatic. They're pretending to throw up. Dixie threw up outside. That's fucking that's so ridiculous.
It's very immature.
I'm sorry, I keep cursing in this episode because I'm just so like annoyed.
No, curse if you want. Screw it all. Screw it all.
I'm just so like annoyed with these people that think they're like better than everybody else. And they practically like, embarrass this poor chef who literally spent all this time cooking for that. I'm sure he spent lots of time making it perfect. And could we have dino nuggets? Like, are you serious? Like, if you know that you weren't gonna like the food and you like I'm a person too. I like chicken tenders and like I always go to a restaurant to get chicken tenders. If you know that that's the kind of person you are, why would you do that then? Why would you take your time to embarrass him?
Well, you don't have to eat the food. Just don't. But you don't. Just
and then their parents were sitting there. If I were their parents, I would be so embarrassed. I'd be so like I'd be so mad. I'd be like, you need to stop. Like I'd put it in my mom mode. And I'd be like, enough. Like be respectful to the people. I don't care that you're famous. If my kids were famous, obviously I'd be very thankful for them and very happy for them. But you will not disrespect other people because you are famous.
But who says that in front of a professional show? Oh, do you have dino nuggets? It's not a dino.
And then while her sister's throwing up outside over what is that, escargot or whatever, which is like snail stuff. But that's like fancy food, and they're throwing, I don't want it, blah blah, throwing up, pretending to be gross. James Charles is laughing, and their parents are just sitting there quietly. Are you kidding me? Probably used to it. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, that's just bad parenting right there. I would have been like, enough. Like it's like stop it right now. And you're like, and like I'm sorry, I don't care if you're famous. I don't care. Like you was not. That's like embarrassing to them.
It is. Like, yeah, but if you get sensitive easily, why would you eat it? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Why would you have that personal chef come there in the first place if you know that you're not that kind of eater? I'm not that kind of eater. I like the same things I like. I don't like to change it up. I don't like to try many new things. If you know you're like that, then why would you do that?
Mm-hmm. They're getting their own show on Hulu soon. Their own reality show.
I'm not watching that shit.
I will probably watch the first episode, just talk about it here. But I can already feel the cringe coming.
It's gonna be garbage. Absolutely garbage.
Right, honestly.
They're already irrelevant in my head. I don't care.
They were on Instagram the other day supporting a mattress company. I'm like, you all just do anything for the coin.
Exactly. They really will. And I you know what? I respect the hustle, but they are just ridiculous. I'm sorry, but it just like their parents annoy me more than them, just because that one video where they sat there quietly while their kids made a mockery out of this poor chef. They just sat there. Ridiculous.
They are ridiculous, honestly. What did I say? But they also got like a contract with Morphe when they had the Morphe makeup thing. But they said they don't even wear makeup like that. So why would Morphe even sponsor them? Just because of who they are.
Exactly, because of who they are. The same thing with Dunkin' Donuts. Only because Charlie liked their drink, they sponsored her.
Right. But out there that unrecognized and that want sponsorship will kill for sponsorship with Morphe, and they just get it just because they're naturally pretty,
And because they're famous, they don't actually wear makeup like that. I can name like 10 like small beauty influencers that would use that.
A good 10, yes. Cause I love makeup. I won't wear it all the time. When I feel dolled, I feel great. I just wish I could be sponsored. It'd be fun. Why not? I feel like so blessed and happy. But for them, it's just like, oh, whatever. I was sponsored by Morphe.
Exactly. And they could have like 10 other sponsors. I think they could have used more like small like platform. I mean, like I'm not saying like they're just smaller influencers, I feel like, and then help them grow,
Right. That's what Sephora did. Sephora made like a Sephora squad thing for like small influencers.
And I just feel like, instead of giving it to the D'Amelios who can give another shit about makeup, how about giving it to somebody who actually has talent?
Hey, you know what Shein did, Jules? They made like people that are small, like clothing makers, like they feature them on their website and sell their clothing on their website now.
See, there's so much like controversy with Shein though. About like their factories and like stuff like that.
Their clothing material and stuff.
I like who like the people say that kids are like working in their factories and stuff.
Oh wow, I hope not. But I'm sure other clothing brands, I'm sure there's some kids working in factories too.
Yeah, they
But it's
just
not
like have
fair.
this big
But
thing surrounding them that like there's like
I
young
don't know.
underage people working. I don't know. I honestly don't. They're just
At
like
least their
the
clothes are affordable.
company. Yeah.
But back to James Charles, he is being sued. Okay, so he's being sued by a former employee, and this former employee used to work for Erica Costello. I don't know who that is,
I
Joel. But
don't.
she used to date Jake Paul.
Mm.
That's literally how she got her fame. Like, she got 4 million subscribers like that just by dating him. So her name's Kelly. So Kelly sued Erica first, and Kelly won that.
What did she sue her for? Do you
She
know?
won. What you say?
What did she sue for?
I think it was like wrong something in the workplace, like not discrimination in the workplace, but like misconduct in the workplace, something like that. Yeah, it was
Oh.
like yeah, it was like something something like that. But she won that. But I don't know. Maybe Erica just gave her somebody to hush her.
Mhm.
So she was
Yeah.
James's video editor, and then James promoted her to producer, but they didn't get another editor. So she was the producer and the editor. So she was editing the videos and working overtime. And she alleged she was working 12 hours a day and she was not provided overnight compensation. So James was like, "Oh, I just made a video. You have to edit it and have it ready by tomorrow." She wasn't paid for those hours, which
Poor
is
girl.
kind of messed up.
Here's the problem though, and this is what I was
Mm-hmm.
saying to you on FaceTime. I'm just gonna repeat it. So I was like,
Right.
put it out there. Here's the problem. You're working for somebody. You don't like the working conditions. Why wouldn't you speak up while you were hired? Why do you wait until after you're fired? Because it honestly just sounds like she's mad that she was fired, so she's gonna look for a reason to sue him. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
Yeah.
you fired me? Well, wait, like wait until I come back with this. She's just making herself look like she's mad about being fired. See, if she was really mad about what was going on, as soon as she was promoted to producer and she realized, okay, like we didn't get another editor, I'm doing all this work, I'm working overnight, why wouldn't you say something to James while you were working for him and take care, like if it did come down to needing a lawsuit while you're working for him, like obviously she probably would have been fired over it, but
She
then
wants her screen time.
yeah, but then at least it would have looked better. Like right now, it just looks like she's mad that she was fired. That's
Yeah,
literally
she's
what it
like
looks like because
hopping
she should have
on.
spoke up before.
Right, she's hopping on the Bash James bandwagon.
And she's also hopping on getting more money because now she's gonna have no money because he's out of work right now with YouTube and everything. He's not making any money. So
But why would he pay you if he's not working? You know what I
exactly,
mean?
he did the right thing. He probably told her, I'm not making money right now. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to let you go. And she probably got pissed because she's not gonna have any money now. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna sue you because I think that I was working really hard. Well, why didn't you say something when you were working?
Right. She's
You
like
waited until after. That's your own fault.
right. She's like suing him for 10 things, one of them being wrongful termination. But I'm like, girl, he's not working, like filming videos, so why would he keep you?
Yeah, like I really don't think that it was any of that because he realized that things were going downhill and he couldn't afford to keep her and he fired her. Like she's just making it play like victim. Like you don't understand like what he's going through right now, whether he did it on purpose
Well,
or
she's
not. Like I'm not
asking.
covering for him, but
Well, she's asking for 25K as a settlement. That's a lot of money.
that's ridiculous. And he probably can't afford it right now. He has to pay his own bills.
Right, but I'm sure since the world is in the hate James train, she might actually win at least half of the money.
Maybe something, but she just looks like she's mad that she got fired. That's literally what it looks like.
I feel like she'll win like probably
And you know what? The
5,000.
fact that she did this to another employer, which was, whatever her name was, Erica or whatever, it literally, her coming back for the second time with another influencer, I don't think it's going to work
It
out
makes
like it
no
did
one
the
want
first
to hire
time.
you in the
And it
future.
also makes her look like she just wants money. She just wants clout. Like, oh, like, look, they fired me. I'm going to sue them now. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes her look bad. Like, it makes her look like she's not actually suing because she was wronged. She's just suing because she wants money and because they're famous and because she can get it out of them.
Right. If anything, it like hurts your brand. Nobody's gonna want you to work again. You have your
Exactly. Like, who's going to
name.
want to hire you now? Like, you're dumb.
Plus, James probably still has a lot of friends. They're probably gonna be like, oh, she sued my friend James. Like nobody's gonna want to hire you, girl. You're hurting your own brand. Honestly, I would not sue him. Just take back the claim and just move on with your life.
Yeah. He really
if he
does need to move
wants.
on because she's making it seem like he did it on purpose. I really don't think that he did it to spite her. I think he did it because he had to. He probably couldn't afford her anymore.
Right. I mean, if you have enough money saved up, sue him if you want, but just know you're
And
not gonna have a
now that
job.
you're fired, you're gonna make a big deal out of your work hours. But when you were hired, you had no problem with it. Just making herself look bad because no judge is gonna look at her and be like, you know, like, and I don't know, like in my opinion, like if I was her judge or like if anybody was actually intelligent, they would realize she's done this before. She does it when she quits or like when she's fired. Like, come on, like put some pieces together here.
Right. I don't think James was a bad boss, but she has to understand you're working for James Charles. You know, you're not working for like us for a simple 5-minute clip. You know, it's gonna take a lot of editing, so you know what you signed up for. You know.
And she also should have spoke up before if she was unhappy. Don't wait until you're fired to speak up because now you just look bad. Now you just look like you're mad that you got fired. Which
so
I
Kelly,
hope the judge realizes.
Right. Continue.
I just hope the judge realizes, like you know, like it takes those things into consideration at least.
Exactly. So honestly, Kelly, my advice is to you is take back the settlement. Just like look for a different job. You know, if he fired you out of the blue,
move on.
Just because he didn't, he had no point of keeping you. So
he didn't do it out of spite. Like he wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna fire you because I don't like you today. You know, like that. Like that's literally unlawful. Or like whatever he said, like about being fired. What was it? What was she saying before? Unlawful termination or whatever. Like
number 10 things. But one of them was wrongful termination.
That's like ridiculous. Like actually ridiculous. Obviously he had a reason.
Right. You wait for these things to build up so you have a good case.
It's honestly
she also claimed while working with James, I guess she was like overworked or something, and she suffered a concussion and had to go to the hospital because of it. Which I don't know if that's true, but I don't think he pushed you to have a concussion. You know.
That makes no sense. You know what? This is what I feel like. This is my opinion. I feel like he told her, okay, every day, like every Sunday at 10 a.m. or like 10 p.m., I want to post, you know? I'm going to record my videos every Monday or Tuesday and then send them to you. And then, like, can they please be done by Sunday? Okay, great. She, BS'd all week until like Saturday. And she was like, oh gosh, I have to do this thing. Worked all night long. And then was like, oh, I'm so overworked, blah, blah. But you had all week to do it. You just chose to BS or not do it or whatever. There was no way he called her the night before and was like, oh, I want this video ready. Like, don't be stupid. Like that's ridiculous. And if you knew that he was doing that, then maybe you should have spoke up and been like, I can't work that way. I need more hours. Like, you need to give me more advance. Or just be smart. If he sends you video and is like, hey, like, this is my next video, then start on it. Why are you going to wait until he tells you he needs it to start? He's going to want to post it. So why wouldn't you start working on it when you get it?
Because it's going to take a lot of time to edit it. So
exactly. She has there's no way that it's going to make sense. Because either he gave her a time every week that he wanted up, or even if he did call her the night before and was like, hey, I need this video, he must have sent it to her a few days before. She must have been smart enough to open it or start it. If he's the kind of person that calls you the night before, why wouldn't you start as soon as you get it?
Right. That's actually a good point. But I guess we'll have to see what happens. I feel like she might get away with it, honestly, just because everyone's in this whole hate James.
I hope not.
Right. If anything, yeah, but maybe the judge will be like, oh, you already sued your past employer. Like, is this your, plan?
Yeah, and then also, you're hitting him at his worst moment. You just look dumb. You just look bad. She really does. She looks worse than he does, honestly.
Right. But James got coined, too, so you know how high the best lawyer
But, like, he really... If he's not getting any money now from YouTube, that was his only income.
Right, but he has money saved up, Jules.
No, I'm sure he has money saved up, but, like, I'm sure he lives in a nice apartment, has a nice car and everything for being famous. How is he going to pay for that? He's still got to pay his own rent. No,
I'm sure I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just...
He has money saved up, like, from his mortgage.
I'm sure he does, but, like, who wants to spend money to deal with this?
Deal with that. You think the fees are going to be expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, that sucks. But we'll see what happens with that.
I'm honestly on James' side right now. I'm sorry.
Right. Everyone's on the hate James train.
But, like, they need to think logically. Like, everybody on the hate James train because, like, oh, he's a pedophile, oh, this. But, like, did you really do anything on your own? Did you really think to yourself, like, what led up to him being considered that? Was, did he really go online and was like, oh, let me hunt for 16-year-olds? Like, could we just think for a
No,
second? Like,
I think they're
everyone
just
just
jealous
hops
of
on
him.
the bandwagon constantly, and nobody does their own research and thinks their own to themselves. Not just because everybody else is on the hate James train, why do you have to be on it too?
I think they're just jealous of his success and want to tear him down.
I
Most
think
of
people need
them.
to realize, like, what led up to this. Like, they're not taking into consideration. Like, they're just like, oh, they said he talks 16-year-olds, he's a pedophile, he's this. How about doing your own research? How about thinking a little bit? How would it lead to that?
Having your opinion.
Exactly.
Like,
Nobody has their own opinion. They just jump on the same boat as everybody else, and it's really upsetting.
who wants to walk down the street and be called a pedophile? I sure as the hell don't.
And he's gonna be like on a sex offender list and everything because people lied to him. That's like I'm not saying, like, I don't know. He could have had 16 in his bio. I don't know. He could be a predator. Like, like, I don't know. But I'm
This is
gonna
our
think
opinions.
logically. I want to think logically about it.
Right? You want to see both sides.
I'm
Like,
not jumping on the train with everybody else because I know nobody did their own research.
right?
They're
You have
just
your own
taking
damn
what
opinion.
people are saying.
I know. People are sick. But now, for our what you want to say about James?
No, I'm
Okay.
good.
So now we're
We're almost at an hour though.
yeah.
We're
This is our
past an
last
hour.
thing. Last thing.
Okay.
Now we're on Bretman Rock again. We mentioned his sister, and now we're talking about Bretman. I think I sent this to you, but I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, no, you
Bretman.
told me about it. I didn't see a video though.
So Bretman Rock was on Instagram, and he recorded a video talking about David Dobrik, saying how basically Bretman won 2 years ago. He won Beauty Influencer of the Year, and he was surprised because, like, he's not in scandals or anything, so he didn't expect to win. And David of the Year, like, back to back. So Bretman's friends were at David's table, and Bretman walked up, and Bretman was like, "Who are you, and what did you win?" No, that's what David said to Bretman. David said to Bretman, "Who are you, and what did you win?" And Bretman said he was in shock because that day or the day before, his dad passed away. So he's already having a bad day. So, that kind of like just shocked him.
I think it's just the way that he went about it, David. Like, he's like, "Oh, who are you? What did you win?" Like, he could have introduced himself, like, "Oh, hi, I'm David." And then Bretman would have said, "Oh, I'm Bretman," whatever. And then, like, it could have been gone a different way. I just feel like he was like, "Oh, what'd you win?" Like, that's not, like, it's not respectful. Like, even if you don't know who he is, maybe you don't know who he is. Like, I'm sure he did know who he was. But even if he didn't know, he could have been like, "Oh, like, hi, like, I'm David," and like, whatever, and, like, met each other. There was no reason to be like, "Who are you?" Like, that's so rude.
He's just being a cocky bastard, honestly.
He just wanted to look like he was the shit.
And now look, see what Karma does. Karma don't play.
Good. Honestly, I think David deserves what's coming to him more than James does. I'm sorry.
Honestly.
Like, I don't know the story with James. We don't know what's happening. He could be a predator. He could have talked to 16-year-olds on purpose. We don't know. I'm not saying that I do, but there's so much more evidence behind David right now.
I agree. I totally agree.
I just don't like David anymore. I really don't. I think that he is just messed up.
I never watched him, but now I see all this stuff's happening. Like, screw him. Like,
did we talk about the thing that happened with Jeff last episode? We did, right? Did I read it to you?
Did you? Maybe
I read you something, but I don't remember if I read it on the podcast or I read it to you on FaceTime.
I think you might have read it to me on FaceTime.
It was the thing about Jeff when they were on that excavator and they were like swinging people around in the water, and then Jeff got really hurt.
Right.
And he tried to cover for David or something.
Yeah, so is he still friends with David, or you don't know?
I think so.
Yeah,
Because it was a long time ago. And then, so just to touch on it really quick, I know that we're ending, but since we're just talking about David Dobrik just really quickly, I'm not sure we talked about this on here, but if we didn't, Jeff from the Vlog Squad got into a bad excavator accident. David was controlling the water, like they were in water, and they were like moving like the crane around or whatever, like the arm part of the excavator, and pretty much Jeff like swung around, like hit into it and got like really hurt. And Corinna went on like before Jeff got hurt and was like, "David, you don't know how to relax, like you always go overboard, like you need to learn when it's time to stop." Pretty much they're saying like David doesn't know when to stop, like he doesn't know when to like like when enough is enough. He doesn't understand because he was like swinging them around. Like they could have, like Jeff literally came back. David like lost control of like where Jeff was going pretty much because he obviously did not know when to stop, and Jeff like came back and hit the arm of like the excavator. And before that, Corinna was on there and she literally was like, "Oh my gosh, David, you don't know when to stop. You need to learn how to when enough is enough." And then Jeff got really hurt from it.
Yeah, but I don't like David because I think he acts kind of like a child. Like,
He really does. And he doesn't know when to stop. Exactly. He does not know when to stop. That's literally what we've talked about so far about David Dobrik. Literally, it all comes down to not knowing when to stop, not knowing when enough is enough.
Right. So, guys, we're going to end this episode here. But just make sure, like we said, follow our YouTube, follow our podcast.
I'm going to link in the description if you're listening to us on Anchor or Spotify or Google Podcasts right now, any of those apps. I'm going to link our YouTube channel in the description, or you could just look up Hot Mess Sesh on YouTube and it should come up. The first 2 episodes are posted right now, but hopefully we'll have more posted over the weekend.
We will. So it's
Hot. We're gonna work on Instagram.
Right, we're gonna work on the Instagram. Let us know what should we post on Instagram. Should we go live on Instagram? Also, when we get enough subscribers on the YouTube, should we go live on YouTube as well?
Yeah, and then we'll also do exclusive content on YouTube, but we will let you guys know in the podcast episode that there is something exclusive coming to YouTube, just so you guys can look out for it if you're not already listening on YouTube.
So it's good for the YouTube. Just make sure it's called Hot Mess and then Sesh, SESH, just to be clear.
Yeah, at the end it's 3 different words. And check us out, and I'll put the link in the description. I don't know if you'll be able to click on it, so it might just be.
You can copy and paste it in your browser, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna like copy and paste it into the description. Hopefully it works. If not, just look it up on YouTube. If it's easier for you to listen to us on Spotify, we're on Spotify, we're on Google Podcasts. So honestly, we're like everywhere, and hopefully we can get onto Instagram.
Right.
Definitely not obviously the whole podcast post on Instagram, but just in general.
Right. Soon we'll create an Instagram once we have good enough following and stuff.
Yeah, we'll think about it a little bit. I don't think it's worth making it right now. But comment down below or leave us a voice message if you think that we should do it. We would love to know. I mean, either way, we'll probably do it a little bit later on. But we just opened the YouTube channel, so we'll probably rock with that for a little while.
Right. And comment on the YouTube what you want us to do as well.
But if you haven't listened to our past episodes, definitely check them out. We love you guys. We are so happy when we get even just 1 extra view makes us so happy. That 10 cents is like $1 million to us. We're so happy. We want everything to go back to you guys. So like any amount of money we will make will probably end up going back to some review, some equipment, anything to make it as best as possible.
Anything, yeah.
And we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And we will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.